Hello everyone, my name is Rose and I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to check out our YouTube channel and all the glimpsing we do.
Hey Glimpse Nation, my name is Kate. If you haven't heard, the Glimpse Kids are on a journey of gratitude this year.
That's right, all of our efforts this year have been called Project Gratitude.
We've talked a lot about the idea that life is our treasure. Instead of searching for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, we all need to realize that each and every one of us is already in the pot of gold.
It's not always easy, but we think it's very important to be grateful for the treasure that you have and the treasure that you are. You know, Kate, I'm a treasure to myself, but I can also be a treasure to others, like my friends, my family, or anyone who needs a little love, anyone who needs a little light.
I totally agree, Rose. We all need to feel connected to others and to lift each other up.
Today we're here to talk to you about a really special book that we've been exploring called Home in the Woods, written and illustrated by Eliza Wheeler.
It's an inspirational book about her grandmother, Marvel's childhood. It shows the great hard work it takes to make a life out of what you've been given.
It talks about treasure and making things work for you, and this led the Glimpse team to explore this gem of a book through a lens of gratitude.
We were so lucky to have an ebook version that we put up into the big screen. The whole class had some incredible discussions about the role that gratitude played in the events of this amazing book.
Ready, Kate? Let's take our viewers on a little tour of Home in the Woods.
Absolutely. Let's share with them some of the things that we discussed in class. I'm ready, Rose. Let's go. Wow, what a beautiful family photo. Look, there's Eliza Wheeler's grandmother, Marvel. She was only 6 years old.
There's a whole lot of children here. I count 8 of them, but we don't see a dad. At first we thought that he might be the one taking the photo.
We also noticed a few more things. Many belongings were all packed up like they were moving somewhere, maybe to a new home in the woods.
The 2 younger boys aren't wearing shoes. This had us thinking that maybe this family didn't have too much money. In some families, the younger children have to wait for the other older children to outgrow their things.
This kind of makes sense because 8-year-old Marv and 2-year-old Dell seem to be wearing clothes that are a little too big for them.
Then our attention turned to Mom. Somebody in our class noticed the black dress that Mom is wearing. We talked about how some people in some cultures wear black after someone they loved has died.
Maybe that's why Dad isn't in the photo. If the father of this family had passed away, raising 8 children on her own would be an incredible challenge for Mom.
We quickly turned the page of the book, hoping that our sad prediction was not
As soon as we turned the page, we saw an open heart-shaped locket with a picture of a man and a picture of a home, and the words on the page read, "Dad lives with an angel now, and we need to find a new home."
With their father gone, we assumed that the family could no longer afford the home they were in. Maybe they couldn't pay the rent and were forced to leave.
Where are they going? How will they survive? The Glimpse team have had many discussions about poverty and homelessness.
With such a challenge ahead of them, we were struggling to see how gratitude was going to play a part in this book.
So we focused on what they had instead of what they didn't have. They had each other, they had many belongings that they were carrying with them.
Then we noticed the heart around Marvel's neck, her memory of her father, and the home that they were leaving would always be with her, and memories are definitely a treasure to be grateful for.
But where were they going? Did Mom have a plan? The story is divided into seasons to show the different struggles and different treasures along the way. It's summer when they find the old shack in the woods, and Marvel says it looks cold and empty, like the way she was feeling.
She probably misses her dad, and having to leave her home behind surely makes her feel sad. But her mom says you never know what treasures we'll find.
Once they go inside, there doesn't seem to be much treasure. At least that's the way Marvel is seeing things.
The Glooms team noticed a lot to be grateful for. A table to eat at, some crates to sit on, an old oven to cook with, a wood stove to keep them warm, and some box springs to use with the mattresses that they were carrying.
And in the root cellar, which is like a basement, there were plenty of empty jars that they can use to store food in, some rags to sew with, and most importantly, the best treasure of all, a working pump with access to clean water.
As they settled in, Big Brother Ray said that this place will do fine. Marvel didn't agree. It didn't feel like a home to her.
We're sure it wasn't as nice and comfortable as the home they all left behind, but it had many of the things needed to survive.
Without gratitude, it's really hard to see the treasures you have.
Outside, there were rich, dark soil that is perfect for planting and growing crops. They bought seeds from their old garden to plant.
They have so much to be grateful for. The rain will help their seeds grow. They will have food to harvest in the fall. Mom said that some treasures take a little time.
We like how Eliza Wheeler connects hope and gratitude to nature all through this book. The songs of Happy Frogs gave us hope as we left this page.
As the children explore deeper into the woods, they find white-tailed deer tracks all over the forest.
This is another treasure to be grateful for. The deer are surviving here, so there must be food and water nearby. And the family could also hunt the deer as food too.
Just as we thought, the deer path led to a blooming berry patch, a creek to fish in, and old beaver lodge to gather wood from.
Wow, things don't look too bad anymore, and everybody's laughing with happiness, even Marvel.
We predicted that those berries would end up as jam in some of the jars they found in the root cellar.
As the cool winds and beautiful colors of autumn arrive, Mom has found some paid work in town, and the children divide up the chores at home.
They work hard splitting wood to keep them warm in the coming winter. They pull weeds from the garden so that their vegetables plants will grow big and strong. They tidy up the shack and wash the clothes, and they take care of baby Eva too.
Just as we predicted, the jars in the cellar become their buried treasure. The family fills them up with berries and the harvest from the garden.
This food will have to last all winter long. The money that Mom makes is used to buy supplies that they need, like flour for baking, soap to wash up with, and lamp oil to give them light in the dark nights of winter.
They see so many things that they want, so many things that they wish they could have. It's easy to become unhappy with the life that you have when you see that others have a lot while you have so little.
But this family has to remember to be grateful. Many other people have less than them. Life could be much worse. The family found time to play games together that they made up. Even without having some of the things that they want, they know that they have all that they need, and they have each other.
I bet they are more united, more together than other families who have more of the things that they can't afford.
Once again, just like the Happy Frog songs, the family laughter fills the air through the forest.
They are happy. They are grateful.
The winter months are the hardest. They have to struggle to keep the home warm, and they have to hunt for food to eat with some of the root cellar treasure that has to last all winter.
It's probably hard to hunt in the winter. It's cold and the animals are hibernating. The stove warms them up. They huddle by the fire. Mom teaches Bia how to make use of scraps of fabric to make patchwork quilts. And Marvel is taught how to read by her older brother Ray.
With all the work the children need to do in the spring, summer, and fall, just so their family can survive, they can't go to school. Maybe the older siblings got to go to school when they were young, years before the family fell into poverty and almost became homeless.
Most days, Ray and Marv returned from hunting without anything at all. But when they did bring back something to eat, Mom cooked up a feast and the family ate like kings and queens of the forest.
Happy, united, and grateful for all their full bellies.
The family snuggled up tightly in one bed to keep warm on cold winter nights, and Mom stared out the window whispering to the stars.
She might be praying or giving thanks for the roof over their head and the land that gives them all that they need. She might be talking to her husband who passed away.
I'm sure he'd be happy to know that the family is okay. Still, I'm sure Mom is worried about the future. But the important thing is to be grateful for the here and now.
In the spring, all the new beginnings start again. All the hard work, making a life for themselves, continues.
They build connections with neighbors and trade bread and berries for milk and eggs.
We are all part of each other's treasures, and we must remember to be there for each other, lift each other up, and share ourselves and our treasures with others in need.
The songs of happy birds match the joy and gratitude in their hearts. Almost a year later, the tar paper covered shack looks different to Marvel.
It feels warm, it feels bright, and it's filled with love, just like she feels inside.
This family went through a lot together. And just like our book, Your Pot of Gold says, the time that you fall are lessons for growth to help you stand tall.
For Marvel and her family, life was their treasure and it was theirs to behold. And even in tough times, they learned that they were all in a pot of gold.
Happiness really does come from learning to show gratitude.
We learned so much more about Eliza Wheeler's family in the author's note at the end of the book.
They didn't just luckily stumble upon the shack in the woods. Marvel's father had started to take the family belongings to the old abandoned shack because he had lost his job during the Great Depression.
He was preparing things for his family to be well because they were going to be forced to leave their home because they were running out of money.
Sadly, he became ill and died of cancer before being able to move with his family to their home in the woods.
Eliza Wheeler grew up listening to Grandma Marvel's stories and decided it was time to write them down so they can last forever.
When she wrote this book, 4 of the 8 siblings were still alive. The youngest baby, Eva, was 87 years old and big brother Ray was 97 years old.
Eliza Wheeler encourages all of us to collect old stories from our families and share them with her and the world at WheelerStudio.com. Hey Kate, you know what's so amazing about the story?
What is it, Rose?
That even with the incredible difficult time this family went through, they were left with happy memories.
That really is amazing, Rose. That's what love, togetherness, patience, and gratitude brings. A happy heart and a healthy mind.
Thanks for watching our glimpse, everybody. Please visit your library or bookstore and check out Home in the Woods by the talented Eliza Wheeler. Bye!